Two visiting engines from the other railway had come to help work on Sodor. "It's time in 87546, said the orange diesel, that we took this railway over." Shh! Griffin. "It's their railway after all." "Not for long," insisted Griffin. "Our controller says Sodor engines spoil the mainland engine's images." "Of course we do," said Eric. "We show what frauds you are. Call yourself an engine. If anything happens, you care nothing for your train. You just moan for a fitter. Nothing ever happens to us on the mainland. We are reliable." Vulgar noises greeted this. "How rude," said Griffin. "You asked for it," said 87546. "Now shut up." Next day, James was rolling home tender first. "I'm a failed engine," he moaned. "I lost my regulator. Driver says it jams wide open, and he can't mend it till I'm cool. However, I still got steam, and driver can use my reverser." But it wouldn't have happened after that incident a few years ago. Now they're all laughing at me again. He reached the signal box and stopped, whistling for a rogue. On the signal box, on the up line, stood Diesel Griffin with a train of trucks. Worse and worse, thought James. Now Griffin is going to laugh at me too. The signalman came out. "For pity's sake, take this Griffin key away. He's failed. The limited is behind, and all he can do is wail for his fitter." "Griffin key," said Griffin. "And I'm stow it," snapped the signalman, "or I'll take my tin opener to you. Now then." Griffin subsided at this dreadful threat, and James pulled the train out of the way. The diesel didn't help, he just sulked. The limited rushed by with a growl and a roll. James gave a chuckle. "Well, look, Griffin key, is it? There's your little battle." The diesel said nothing. He hoped 87546 hadn't noticed. 87546 hadn't noticed. He had troubles of his own. He was cross with his trucks. They seemed to be getting heavier. He roared at them, but it did no good. Engines have a pump called an injector, which draws air out of the train's brake pipes to keep the brakes off. If it fails, air leaks in and the brakes come on, gently at first, then harder and harder. 87546 injector had failed. The brakes were already leaking on while he passed James. He struggled on for half a mile before being brought to a stand, groaning furiously, unable to move a wheel. "Oh, well. Did you hear what the signalman said? I thought they'd be laughing at me," said James. "Now the joke's on them. Moving two dead engines in their trains. That's no joke for a failed steam engine. You think you can do it?" "I'll have a good try," said James with spirit. "Anyway, 87546 better than old Griffin key here. He did try to shut him up last night." "Come on then," said his driver. "We mustn't keep the passengers waiting." "Get moving, you!" James puffed the sulking diesel into motion and started to the rescue. James gently buffeted up to the goods train. While the two drivers talked, his fireman joined his front brake pipe to the trucks. "It's better than we thought, James," said his driver. 87546 says he can pull if we keep the brakes off. So the only way we'll have is Griffin's goods. "Oh," said James. "That's a mercy." He was by now feeling rather puffed. Poop. "Are you ready?" said 87546. Wop. "Yes, I am," said James. So with 87546 groaning in front, and James Gainley puffing in the middle, well, the long cavalcade set out for the next big station. Thomas, Roger, Lenny, 089, Jenny, and Jesse were waiting. They cheered as James pulled in. He braked the train to a halt, thankfully. Griffin and the other trucks trailed far behind. Soon, Croven uncoupled himself from the train and went over to a nearby siding. The trucks were relieved they had a replacement engine, but they hoped Croven would be better soon. So they were also thrilled when Lenny, Roger, and Thomas backed down onto them. 089, Jenny, and Jesse took the goods. Returned Griffin to the other railway, or the Fat Controller. I will write my views later. James and 87546 were together. I'm sorry about last night, ventured the engine. That's alright. You did shut that Griffin key up after all. And, said 87546 ruefully, made a fool of myself today too. Oh, nonsense, said James. A failed injector can happen to anyone. I mean, I lost my regulator earlier. Wait, you failed? Said at 87546. And yet, his voice trailed away in admiration. And, well, it was an emergency after all. Trains must get through. Well, after all, 87546 said no more. He had a lot to think about.